What's the most amount of money you've made from a single job?
10,000?
10,000? Okay.
That person needs to be willing to do anything and everything. Hair really gives women the power to just feel amazing. It really is like a superpower.
Who am I here with today? What's your name?
I'm stressed.
So I was wondering what you do for a living.
My name is Laura. I am in the bridal industry. I do hair, so I work very closely with brides on their special day.
Okay. How long have you been doing that for?
I have been doing this for, maybe a little bit over 10 years. And I love it. I really do.
So what made you get into this business?
I definitely did not think that I was going to be doing bridal hair at all because I don't know. I just feel like everybody, when you think of bridal, you think ugly, you think stale, you think hair trauma, right? So that was definitely not in the direction that I wanted to go. But one thing led to the other, and I don't know what got me into it.
Bridal hair, like all the above. Are you into hair? Like, are you passionate about hair?
Yeah. I mean, I got into hair because I wanted to do something that made me happy, period. And I don't know, I love the art and creativity of it. And as far as like working with brides, like I am a junkie for love. I'm such a loser about it. Like I love it so much. And yeah, to me, I'm like with brides, like I almost have like endless supply of amazing love stories, and I love that. And aside from that, like I love how hair really gives women the power to just feel amazing. It really is like a superpower. It exudes these different personas that we didn't even know we can have, and hair just helps us bring that attitude. It really helps us discover alter egos. And to me, a bride needs that. They need to be able to like dig deep and find like who they are as a bride. So that's how I got into that. I don't know if that answered any of it.
That definitely did. Do you feel like growing up you played with your own hair a lot and tapped into different?
No, not at all. Actually, growing up, I was definitely the kid that used to like capture bugs in my mom's Tupperware. I was always going to find fucking spiders. Spiders were my thing. And I was also the kid that used to like, I think I was more fascinated with videos, like camcorders and photography. My mom used to be a photographer. One of the many things that she did. So I would always play with her stuff, not that I was allowed to. So I never thought hair was in my wheelhouse. But then if I really think about it, I was definitely exposed to it at a very young age because somehow somebody appointed me to be the hair person in my family. And I'll never forget the first time they were like, Laura can cut. I was like 12 and my mom's like, she can cut your bangs. Girl. Those bangs ended up over here. Okay.
Oh my God.
And I remember like, why are you I was so, but I did it because I was like, okay, like that felt like almost like a mischievous thing because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna cut your bangs. Let's see what happens. Yeah. And then from there, like I also used to watch my mom really like, I don't know, when she would spend time to get ready, do her hair. My mom also has gone through so many phases of hairstyles that I always got to see how she would transform herself with her fashion. My mom was very stylish, very cool. So I think all of those little things, without knowing, it influenced me a lot. So to answer your question, no, I did not play with my Barbies, except like I would cut their hair, but that's it.
So how did you learn how to do hair?
Well, I definitely, a lot of it when I first got my first job, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, nobody in beauty school after you graduate does, but I don't know. I guess you just have to fucking figure it out. You just got to pretend like, all right, what can I do? But I had no idea how to hold a curling iron. And I honestly have the best mentor who is no longer here with us. May his soul rest in peace. But he was honestly, and then from there, you just, I don't know, you got to just do it. You just do it.
Do you feel like going to school or going to college is important to learn certain skills?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I mean, I think that's like, a lot of people have different arguments to that, but I also come from a family where we are more like, what would you say? Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Everybody owns their own businesses. Everybody kind of figures it out. So I guess on our end, like, sure, my mom wanted me to get a college degree and all of that, but yeah, I don't think I missed out on anything.
How has it been being a woman entrepreneur?
I mean, it's hard, but it's definitely not for the faint at heart, for sure. But I love it. I do like it. I mean, there are definitely times, like I was saying, where I'm like, do I have a fucking life or a job or a career? But I'm somebody that, I don't know, I'm a problem solver. I'm a doer. I like the challenges. And yeah, I don't sit still. So it's hard. It is hard. But I loved every part of it. I think a big part of it is when I started this, I was very young and I was very naive, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that worked in my favor because I wasn't afraid to just do it because I didn't know any better, right?
Yeah.
So I think it actually gets harder the older you get because you actually know more and it can be a little intimidating. I think sometimes you get in your own way. And I feel like that's something that happens sometimes with me, that I'm like, oh, why can't I just be a little naive to not be afraid of like making those certain changes. So I think actually now it's gotten a little harder because I think you just know more. So therefore it's a little bit more scarier.
So you feel like fear keeps us from achieving our goals or doing certain things?
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, embrace being a little naive sometimes because it takes away the fear.
How do you overcome that besides being naive? Like, what gives you the confidence to keep going?
Well, I will tell you exactly what, because it's been my phrase from day one. And I don't know if we're allowed to curse on this.
Yeah, go ahead. Curse.
But I swear, this has always been me. Tiptoe in, tip out. Like, I'm testing the water with my toes.
Yeah.
And eventually, I am just like, fuck it, Laura, just do it. So literally, I have to push myself to the point of like, just saying those words and I just do it.
Just fuck
both
it.
feet in. Yeah. But I have to get to the point where I'm like, yes, no. And eventually I just get annoyed with myself and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just do it.
Yeah.
If we can't decide, you just do it. And that has been my, like, the way that I've kind of just always been like, all right, let's do it. I don't know what we're doing, but we're fucking doing it.
We're going to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the most amount of money you've made from a single job? If you're comfortable sharing.
Well, 10,000
10,000
for one job. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long did that take to complete the job?
I mean, it's at least for a 3-day contracted job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you did this all by yourself?
No, I brought in a second hand and that's, my second artist. So yeah, between both of us, that was our biggest, It's been a big goal and for me, because I remember when I first started, I was like, oh my God, who's going to pay me $95?
Yes.
Like, what? That was so much for me, but that was also like so long ago. And now I think truly, after over 10 years of like refining what I do, not just offering a service, but really offering a full rounded experience is what, I think is worth investing. And the right client, the right bride is going to see that and understand that. And they're going to want to remember not just, oh yeah, the person that did my hair, but they want to remember the entire experience, because sometimes, at the things that we remember the most is how somebody made us feel versus like checking something off your list. So I think that's something that I really I have honed on and really refined, is not just being able to exceed people's brides' expectations skill level, but also, the connection that we have and them really feeling like the best, the catering, the pampering, I'm here for you and only you, because wedding days, if you're not there behind the scenes of everything, it is a whole different dynamic. And So I feel like it's taken a very long time to hit that financial goal, but I'm yeah. And I think that's also what keeps me wanting to do better. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could do this one. I could do another, you know?
It
So
expands your mind. How many years were you doing that until you reached that goal?
barely last year.
Barely last year.
Barely last year.
Did you ever think you could accomplish that?
No.
No?
No. I was like, But then again, I was like, okay. I think those are the things that come with being an entrepreneur. Sometimes you have to analyze things. And again, sometimes you just say, fuck it, I'm going to take a risk. And sure, you know, business comes up and down. And when you make big changes, you see those downs and you're just like, fuck, did I do the right thing?
Yeah.
But then when things start kind of working out, you kind of like are like, you know what? No, I did do it. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to see it through. And then from there, you just kind of ride out that high and then you set yourself the next goal and see if it happens.
Yeah. So did you market yourself differently in any way, or you just like set the price and see if anyone would take it?
I think when I made the switch with just my braids, I mean, I don't know. You just, like I said, you learn on the spot. I remember taking my first calls with those brides and I had no idea what I was talking about. So everything you do is like collecting data, learning what you need to do different. How do you prepare yourself for that particular client that's expecting, if you're charging this, you better be like on point. And Laura was not on point.
Yeah.
But no, I think a lot of it, I mean, Instagram is a big handle for me and previous brides. So I think once you book that one bride at that rate, then if you have a home run, then she's going to tell her friends that are already in the pool of your ideal client. So you kind of just need to hold on to that. So it's really word of mouth. So I don't really know how to,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I guess just, word of mouth and Instagram.
How important do you think networking is as an entrepreneur?
It is so hard. And I'm kind of bitter about this topic. It is so hard. It's hard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your network is your net worth or no?
No.
No?
I don't think so. Is your net work your net worth?
Like the people you know bring you opportunities?
I mean, I don't want to say a complete no.
Yeah.
I guess I stand in the middle. It's not a solid yes for me.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's fine.
I'm trying to. That's a really good question. I should ponder on that one.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were to go broke tomorrow and had to restart, what would you do?
I would redo this again.
You would redo this again?
Yeah.
How would you do it?
Is that an option? Can I redo it? Or would I have to pick something else?
Okay, if you were to teach someone how to be a bridal hairstylist, how would you do that? Or how could they start from zero?
Well, first and foremost, I think your fundamental build of like being like a go-getter is everything, because I don't think it's like, I don't think everybody can. You have to be really willing to go through like all of the emotional roller coasters, and like you gotta really want that. And if you have that, there is nothing you cannot not do. Like you can make anything happen. But I think that's my first thing.
Okay.
That person needs to be willing to do anything and everything.
Do you think being go-getter applies to any single job and anything in life?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. I mean, if somebody, everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How can you not? I mean, you can't grow, you can't get anywhere if you just don't have that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like a go-getter to be a multimillionaire. It's a go-getter at, your quality of life, your peace of mind, your, what is your, like, what do you want out of your life? It doesn't have to be, I want to be famous and I want to be, the richest person in the world. If your mission and vision in life is to live a truly content, happy life, you have to be a go-getter to want to cancel all of the noise out and be okay with your peace, So, a go-getter in all aspects.
That's some good advice. I heard you have a special friend. Do you want to share or pull her out?
Oh my
God.
God.
Make an intro?
Oh God. Okay. All right. So the special guest of tonight is my very dear close friend,
Oh my God.
Cynthia. Cynthia, don't be shy now. You're always talking. Like, let's not be shy.
She can talk.
No, she can't talk.
She can't talk.
She's mute, but when we are on
Okay.
Instagram, she can talk.
She's very unique.
Yeah, so Cynthia, you know, actually a lot of people on Instagram seem to love her a lot. And I was like, I don't know if it's because of her perky boobs or like her abstract, you know, personality.
Yeah.
But I will say there's a lot of people that comment on her perky boobs. And, you know, I'm like, you know what? She's free the nipple all the way. Please don't shame her.
Yeah,
I support
that.
you. But everybody really seems to be drawn by her. She's very opinionated, zero filter. So anything she says, I'm like, girl, you got to tone it down sometimes, but I let her be. But she came into my life actually during COVID.
Okay.
And Cynthia, should we tell your story?
I think she said yes.
So when here, let me sit her down. Do you want to have a seat, girlfriend? There we go. So during COVID, back when everybody, you know, couldn't, like when nobody was talking to anybody, but also the best time to be driving in LA because you can get from one side of town to the other in like 10, 15 minutes. So one day I was just home alone and I was like, I got to get out of my house. So I just went on a little stroll around Santa Monica and it was a gloomy day. And then I remember driving up, I want to say I was up Ocean. And I was driving and then I kind of quickly looked over to my left and across the street, I saw this woman have like her, I don't know, a little stand of like a bunch of artwork, right? And it just so happened that by fate, I looked over and I saw her right away. So I just had this moment of like, oh, I need her. So I busted a U-turn. I pulled over, I got down and I went to go grab her right away. Now, I don't know if we were supposed to, but I'm like, I want her. So I grabbed her and I was like, you know, is she for sale? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, how much is she? She's like, $25. I'm like, done.
$25.
I know. She's probably worth more than that.
She's worth like $5,000.
Right?
She's priceless. Yeah.
I know. So when she said 20, I'm like, done, right? I did get a couple of other artwork that she did, but I don't know what it is about Cynthia that I just like immediately connected. So after I asked her, I'm like, are you the artist? And she's like, yes. And I was like, oh, I'm like, so what's this one about? Yeah. And she's like, oh, this is a self-portrait.
Oh.
Ask me if I remember what this girl looked like. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I have tried to remember. I'm like, what did she look like? But all I can tell you is Cynthia does not look like her. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to come live with me now. So that is how Cynthia and I got together.
Yeah.
And Cynthia came, the name, from the Rugrats, the Cynthia doll.
I don't remember.
Oh my God. Well, if anybody's Cynthia the rag doll, that is where she came from.
Did you style her hair too?
You know, I've actually tried to digest what's happening. I really don't know what's going on with her hair. I'm like, do you have a mullet? Like, or do we have shaved here and like an emo like side sweep? Like, I'm not sure what's going on with her.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, do you have a blue eye or like a, you know, I don't know.
There's a lot going on, but she looks amazing.
Right? I'm like, is that a mustache?
Those are her lip fillers. Yeah.
But yes, that is Cynthia. That is my friend. You know, yeah, I was spending a lot of time with her because my office used to be at my house and she was just always over my shoulder. And like, sometimes I'm like, okay, either one, people think I'm batshit crazy because I'm fucking talking to a painting, or they just love her. I'm like, you just created a personality for her. I'm like, I know. Is that my alter ego? Is Cynthia my alter ego?
I think she is. Well, she's an amazing person, and I loved your story. Where can we find you at? Where can we find you?
Like, what do you mean? Like
your social media?
Oh my God.
Yeah, what's your social media?
My social media. My Instagram is _love Laura Rocha. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay. So
and you can follow Cynthia.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yay.
How do you get the volume? Just blow drying and
Right product, right blow drying product. Looks really good on you.